Time to check in on the latest buzz in the entertainment world.
Liz and Mike from 105.1 The Buzz joining us live right now. Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, guys.
Morning. All right. Some surprising news developing over the weekend. Aaron Carter passing away.
Yeah, just 34 years old. This was really shocking.
Yeah, super sad. He was found in a bathtub. And so they did have people come out and investigate. They said it doesn't look like foul play was involved. They haven't released a cause of death yet. But obviously, as a millennial, this one hit hard. I remember watching the episode of Lizzie McGuire, the holiday one, where they got out there and sang, "I Want Candy." I remember all of that stuff with the tweenage years with him and Lilo. So he was just like a big background staple in my life. And Hillary Duff has even gone so far as to post on Instagram, basically sending her condolences to the family and saying, that her teenage self loved him so much. And all around, just a really sad thing. On top of that, there's a video that went viral this past weekend, and it's Nick Carter, his brother, performing with Backstreet Boys the day afterwards. And they paid tribute on stage, and, the band started crying. Nick was crying. And, they just talked about how he'll be missed and, some memories. And a lot of what people are saying about it is they're saying, well, why is Nick Carter even on stage? Why is he at work? Why is he performing? He should be home with family. To which I say, you can't tell somebody how to grieve because everybody's going to handle everything differently. Plus, they were in London. What did you expect him to do? Just sit at the hotel and process those emotions by himself?
Right.
For him,
he's in a tough spot. They're in the middle of an international tour, with things that have obviously been in place for quite some time. And, Nick Carter has spoken before publicly, too, about the fact that he and Aaron Carter had a pretty strained relationship. We know that Aaron Carter unfortunately struggled for a long time with substance abuse issues, with different mental health issues. Again, they're still investigating what happened here, so we don't exactly know what was at play. But the nuance of the situation might be different than what other people have experienced.
Yeah. And then on top of it, a lot of people, I know the day that my sister passed, I went to work, and it was honestly just because I didn't know what to do with myself. My body just kind of went on autopilot, showed up, did work, did what I was supposed to do, and then left, and then was like, oh my, these are a lot of emotions. And for Nick Carter, that's just kind of another day at the office, for lack of a better way to say it. And so I felt really bad and just sad for him as I saw him on stage, trying to work through and process everything that happened. But Mike and I, both working in radio, we've both had encounters with Aaron Carter over the years, and he's always been nothing but kind, clearly battling some demons, but nothing but nice to everyone he's encountered.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. No way around it, really.
Yeah, and to just try and put a little bit more perspective on Nick Carter going on stage and that whole situation. Maybe it's a healthy distraction that he needed to cope with those emotions. I remember the day of Whitney Houston's funeral. I was sitting in my living room watching it on national television like everybody else. And then that night, I went to see New Edition with Bobby Brown perform, who was at her funeral that morning. And he came out on stage. The crowd went crazy. He was certainly going through a lot of emotions. But a lot of artists, they take those opportunities to do what they do and get that creative juices flowing to be that healthy distraction and help them cope.
Right.
Seek that normalcy.
And to know that, they're in this arena of Backstreet Boys fans who obviously are probably all fans of Aaron Carter as well, to have that love and support in the room and pay tribute to him. They had a really nice tribute on stage, and to have that emotion felt as a group can be healing. So yeah, I don't ever want to judge someone in that situation, because until that happens to you, you don't know how you're going to react and go through that. But you're certainly, thinking about his son and his family and all of that. So it's very sad. Sad news.
It is.
Well, in some happier celeb news this weekend, we had the 2022 induction for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Dolly Parton at the helm after her saying she wasn't worthy. No, she was inducted now.
Yeah, I mean, she had the worst case of imposter syndrome. Back in the spring, she tried to withdraw her name from consideration, and everyone's like, no, Dolly, you absolutely deserve this. And so when she got up on stage last night and over the weekend and did her acceptance speech, she basically said, the fans voted on it, so I felt honored, and this is something to go through with. And she was nothing but thankful. And then she performed Jolene on stage and did a great rendition of it. There's tons of videos of it floating around on TikTok. And Dolly Parton deserves all the good things in this world.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. She's
I mean,
one of the good ones.
She's an American treasure and an icon. She's so much bigger than her musical personality. I wish she had a little bit more, less of a sense of humility for herself. I mean, she's been in Playboy. She has Duncan Hines cupcakes. She's had dolls. She's been in movies. She's been in TV. She's Dolly Parton. I feel robbed from when I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and she wasn't in there yet.
Well, I guess you'll have to go back.
I know, you got to make another trip. This year's class
I don't want to
really...
go back to Cleveland.
Oh, that's fair. But it is a really cool, I know, I've been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It is a very cool museum to go check out. And I think it's really cool that, that Dolly is now working on a rock and roll album.
Oh, is she?
Yes, kind of, you know, inspired by all this too. I can't wait to see her foray into rock and roll.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun. I think that was part of the her thing at first about not wanting to be inducted.
She didn't realize it wasn't
that
just
like Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is really, it's more of a music Hall of Fame. It's not. So I think that was part of the situation there.
She's more than deserving, that's for sure.
Yeah, you can hold
Dolly
the torch.
Parton is such a treasure that she deserves every award. I don't care what it's in. If it's for mathematics, she deserves it. If it is for music, I am here. Any award, she is 100% the front runner.
She should be on every ballot.
She has her own theme park.
She does. Dollywood. I know. It's great.
That's a real thing?
Yes.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Tennessee.
Oh my gosh.
It's fun.
That's incredible.
They're filming a holiday movie there right now, so she's been appearing in the parade almost daily, making appearances.
Oh
How do
my
you not know this?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am a Dolly fan, but I wasn't aware of those new developments.
Parade would be better than closing out with Dolly Parton and Santa Claus.
She does it all. She does it all. I know. I was going to say, if Santa needs some help this year, I think he could give Dolly a call.
I'm sure.
She can clearly handle it.
Have a holly dolly Christmas.
There you go.
We have to end on that punniest of comments. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, friends.
Bye. And you can listen to Liz and Mike every weekday morning on 105.1 The Buzz.